Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled, Lori Harvey hit the wall. Now she wants a man. Let's get right into it.
What men don't like the most about Lori is the fact that she's confident, is the fact that she knows she's beautiful, is the fact that she knows she can have any man that she wants.
In October 2019, the internet went crazy when they saw Lori Harvey spotted with Future. She just got through breaking up with Diddy's son, Justin Combs, and by the time January 2020 happened, during her birthday trip to Jamaica, both were posted with cozy photos together. By the time summer 2020, they were traveling together often. Let's stop the show. Around August 2020, they unfollowed each other on Instagram, and Future referenced their split in his music. But fast forward, didn't take Lori Harvey but less than 90 days for her to begin dating Michael B. Jordan. November 2020, we saw them traveling together before Thanksgiving. By January 2021, they posted couple photos. Now stop the show. January 2020, it was Future. January 2021, it's Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, hell no!
And guess what? Now they're having an even more public relationship than she was having with Future. I mean, they're on red carpet appearances. They got Valentine's posts. They got vacations going. I mean, this seems like it's going someplace.
What people don't understand about Lori Harvey is she collects men like La Boo Boo, right? She collects men like Infinity Stones, like Pokemon cards. And the reality of it is this is just one big highlight reel for her. Now, she's impressing women. And women think that men don't like Lori Harvey because she's confident, because she's beautiful, because she can have any man she wants for the night, okay? She can have any man she wants for the night. Look, 304s and women like Lori Harvey, they get passed around. It's not a flex to get smashed by men. Groups of men will line up and pay to sleep with escorts. What makes you think Lori Harvey is any different? So it's not a flex, okay? But what's interesting about Lori Harvey is she's living out this 304 fantasy that a lot of women want. And so now she is the spirit animal to the average woman who wishes she could sleep with high-value men and dump them and sleep with another high-value man. They love it. We're not shaming her. We're just embarrassed for her, okay? Because the reality of it is she's hitting the wall now. She's getting older now, and things are not looking so good. You know what I'm saying? They're not looking so good.
Right. By the time June 2022 came around, after about 18 months together, sources said they split amicably, but at different stages in life. Fast forward, 6 months later, we see Damson Idris. December 2022, they were spotted leaving a West Hollywood restaurant. January 2023, Damson posted a photo kissing Lori on the cheek for her 26th birthday. What do we see? The same play. Public moments, public appearances, red carpet events, and parties together. But as you know, by fall 2023, reports said they quietly split after less than a year. And then, of course, soon as they split, people started commentating.
Now, we all know this is what's going on, right? And some of you are acting surprised like you didn't know this was going to happen sooner or later. This woman don't date for marriage no more. She's already been proposed to twice. I think she was engaged at one point. Michael B. Jordan proposed. She said, no, I'm good. And then she moved on to this brother. If y'all don't remember when Lori Harvey broke up with Michael B., she said it out her own mouth. Once a relationship isn't fulfilling for her, she's gonna move on.
Now, this is important because Lori Harvey is known for saying this. If the relationship doesn't serve me, I'm out. She's not the only person that stated this either, because Tia Mowry has borrowed this lingo. A lot of women have borrowed this lingo. And hey, I'm not getting what I need, and if my needs are not being met, I am done. And that could explain the timeline of events and how Lori Harvey was with all these high-profile men and just dropping them like hotcakes. Like, it's not too many women that can dump Future, dump Michael B. Jordan, And obviously, Michael B. Jordan, allegedly, according to this presenter, was trying to marry Lori Harvey. She was like, nope. Damson Idris, popular actor.
That's wild. I mean, to me, you know, and now we know, and I think he's going to get to it, that she rekindled her relationship with Damson Idris. And I think I know why. Okay, I think I know why. It's because that clock is ticking. That clock is ticking. Lori Harvey now, she's 28, she's pushing 30. And you know, every woman has an epiphany when they're about to hit 30. Because by the time a woman hits 30, her eggs, she has like 7% of all her eggs left. Literally. Like, don't believe me. You got ChatGPT, you got Google. Google this shit for yourself. Now, I'm going to switch over to another video because you know me, I like to do my research. Now, Lori Harvey did this interview with She MD podcast, okay? It's like a girl doctor podcast. And she talks about her battle with PCOS and endometriosis, okay? So essentially, she has cysts on her ovaries at 28. Yeah. And actually, her hormones are out of whack. I seen a post recently said that she's growing a beard, right? She got a whole Rick Ross beard behind the scenes. I'm sure she shaves it well. But I thought the interview with her and the doctor was pretty interesting. Now, I'm not going to show you guys the video of it. I'm going to play the audio, and you know, because I don't know what they're going to be, the monetization is like. And you know, I'm trying to get paid for my work. So I'm going to play the audio for you guys. Bear with me. Listen to it. But it's very interesting what the doctor had to say. So listen to what her doctors had to say.
With PCOS, you have tons of eggs.
But endometriosis kills those eggs.
Kills the egg count and quality. That's why you can't just look at someone and say you're fine. Check the egg count. Mm-hmm. Or at least
you checked your egg count.
Oh, she's got a lot of eggs.
but
she's a lucky.
Well, you say that PCOS patients have a lot of eggs, but is the quality great?
Yes.
She's got endometriosis. So
yes, but her endometriosis has been suppressed since I met her.
Mm-hmm.
So when you suppress endometriosis, you can basically, instead of destroying the eggs, as you bring down the inflammation around the ovaries, you calm down that inflammation so you don't get this decline in the egg count and quality. That's why at her age, she's 28, she has tons of eggs and they're amazing quality.
Oh.
Now,
but she still yells at me, so I need to freeze my eggs soon. I'm going to do that for sure within the next year. Yeah. I'm going to do that.
You know what hurts me is egg freezing is so expensive. When you're young and your eggs are great, not many people can afford egg freezing.
Yeah.
You know, $10,000 to $15,000 in LA. If you go to Bay Area or other cities, it can go up to $30,000. Which 25-year-old, 28-year-old, 30-year-old, who can afford this? No one can afford it. When you're young and you have eggs, you can't afford it. When you're old and you can afford it, you don't have eggs.
Well, and I also say, like, we just try our damnedest in our teens and our 20s to not get pregnant.
Exactly.
And then in our 30s and our 40s when we're ready, it's like, dear Lord, let this work out for me. And you're right. It's sort of, you know, your career's happening in your 20s. You're figuring out how you are. You're testing this guy and this guy and this guy. You're kissing a lot of frogs, but you're trying to find your prince. And then maybe in your 30s, and for me, it was my 40s, you know, that's when it happens. And then you have such a hard time getting pregnant. And then you throw PCOS and
but
endometriosis
she will
on
get
it.
pregnant.
Yes.
On her own. So I will force her to freeze her eggs because I don't want her to show up at 42 with her husband to my office. So egg freezing for someone like Lori is purely an insurance policy. She has tons of eggs. She's young. They're great quality. I want to freeze them. But then if she comes to me 3 years from now, 4 years from now, and she's ready to have a baby.
So think about that, right? She's freezing her eggs as an insurance policy. As an insurance policy. Feminism needs a lot of insurance policies because it does not work. Okay, it just does not work. Now, they're trying to say that, oh, her eggs are great, but from what I heard, that she has inflammation in her ovaries at 28. Guys, she hit the wall. She has cysts on her ovaries. But no, I found out that they gave her metformin as a way to treat the inflammation of the ovaries, right? And now they're recommending that she freezes her eggs, right? Because the doctor she's talking to, you know, that they had their kids later in life. They waited till they were 40, but they made a good point. Hey, look, you know, freezing eggs are expensive, right? Being a feminist is expensive. Delaying having kids is expensive. $30,000 to freeze your eggs just to be a part of the feminist group. It makes no sense. Instead of actually getting married, because supposedly she's proposed to twice, she wants to play the game. I'm going to roll the dice and freeze my eggs so I could delay and I could wait and I'm not in a rush. Everybody is trying their hardest to combat Father Time. Okay, they're trying to combat Jesus. They want to roll back the odometer. It ain't going to happen. And this is why I think she's panicking now. And we see her in the news and the media dating Damson, whatever the nigga name is again. And I think the big reason for that is because, you know, she doesn't want to age out of the marketplace and not have something with it. Okay, so, you know, I don't blame her, but at the same time, instead of freezing your eggs because you're getting unhealthy now and try to live this feminist life, 3 or 4 life as long as you can, retire out of the game. It's simple. Retire out of the game.
He's done, and that's all she wrote. And of course, women started getting inspired by Lori Harvey's dating life.
She is deciding whether or not she's choosing them. She is a woman who knows her worth, has confidence, has a lot going on for herself, and is not going to settle. Let's just be honest. Men multi-date all the time. They don't want their women to multi-date. You men are really weird when it comes to what you are allowed to do and what's okay for you, but what's not allowed for your women. And on top of that, Lori seems like she's been handling it classy. She's not just out here being with any type of man. All the men that she's been dating have been good, top-tier, elite quality men. And that's more than we can say for some of y'all.
And now we're hearing some inspiration, like Lori Harvey. She is the lady that really values herself. I mean, this is how we should be as women.
Are you stupid or something?
But hey, this is what we need to do. And not only was this lady talking about it, other people.
I don't know why people are always talking bad about Lori. Because to me, she's a queen who knows her worth. Because at least she had the courage to leave. There's a lot of people that are in long-term relationships, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, 2 kids deep, unhappy, and staying just to be in a relationship. But our good sis Lori knows her worth. And if it's no longer serving her, she's out. The contract is up. Our good sis is gone.
Now again, we're hearing similar lingo.
Listen, Lori, she does not renew these men's contracts at all. There is no spinning the block when it comes to her. We need to take notes. We do.
So this young lady is saying Lori Harvey doesn't spin the block. We need to take notes because, hey, she gets you in, she gets you out, and once you're done, you're done. But stop the show. Seems like something is wrong here because remember Damson Idris? On September 18, 2025, Damson Idris and Lori Harvey was spotted together in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Now, this is very interesting because this is unlike her past relationships. Again, Lori Harvey doesn't spin the block. She's one and done, and if it doesn't service her, she's out. But we're seeing something quite the opposite. Here is Lori Harvey out with, a guy that she's dumped. But wait a minute, just the other day, Damson Idris was out with some other chicks, and then the paparazzi was filming him when he was hanging out with other women after he was hanging out with Lori Harvey.
Oh, hell no!
So wait a minute, hold on, what is this telling us? Wait a minute, not the great Lori Harvey being reduced to a side chick. Let's talk about it. You see, number one, Lori Harvey is very attractive. She's still in her prime. She is 28 years old. But I think there's like $1 million NDA basically to prevent if you date her and it doesn't end up cool, you can't go out and talk about her. So yeah, you have to sign that NDA. And of course, I think Damson most likely has signed it and he has a lot to lose too. but she's going back to the guy. And most likely, I'll tell you why she's going.
She's going back because her clock is ticking. And it's funny now that women are saying like, oh, Lori is a queen. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Lori's bad. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Lori's bad as hell. I think she's fine. But the thing about women that they don't understand is that beauty is a dime a dozen. Okay? Men, we don't actually have to have Lori Harvey in particular. We're satisfied with a woman that looks just as good as Lori Harvey. If you're a successful man, you don't need to go out there and date Lori. You know how women want Justin Bieber, they want Chris Brown. They're not satisfied with a doppelganger. Men, we're satisfied with a doppelganger. Okay, so for Damson, he's cool with dating another bad chick who don't have as much status and fame. For him, it don't matter. Because realistically, a woman who's younger than Lori Harvey that looks just as attractive in men's grading book is more valuable because of age, fertility, you know what I'm saying? And she has the same amount of beauty. So if all things are the same, but you're younger, you're going to win as a woman. So now, like I said, because she has PCOS, endometriosis, you know what I'm saying? Her eggs, you know what I'm saying? She got cysts on her eggs. She got inflammation in her ovaries. Yeah, now she wants to spin the block back. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And look, I don't mind. I appreciate that she loves dark-skinned brothers. You know what I'm saying? She makes us look good. A lot of women look up to Lori Harvey, so the fact that she wants a dark-skinned brother makes me look good. I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? But let's not pretend that Danzum, you know what I'm saying, she gonna have to share him. She gonna have to share him. What they say, that he was seen out with other girls. You think he just put his whole life on hold for her? For what? He don't have to, and I guarantee she's not even requiring it. You know what I'm saying? But this idea that, oh, yeah, Lori Harvey's not gonna settle for nobody. What makes you think men are not settling for her? She's already sick. She already has, you know what I'm saying, some situations going on with her womb and her fertility. So this idea that she's settling, like the nerve of women, it's so funny. And they think we're mad. I'm not mad. We're going to talk about the real about it. We're not mad. You know what I'm saying? But then again, we can't really even try to defend some of the things these women say about us because they're so far from the truth. They're just emotional statements. They're not logical statements. They're emotional statements. But like I said, Lori Harvey is bad, respectfully. I'd hit respectfully. But realistically, you know what I'm saying? If I had options like Danzum Idris, I wouldn't be stressing over her. Shit, I'm a Z-list celebrity. I'm not stressing over her. That's why I don't mind making this video. Some of you cucks would be so scared to make a video where if Lori Harvey seen it, she would disqualify you. I don't give a damn. I'd rather the money. I'd rather the status. I'd rather fame. Like I said, I'll just date a girl that looks just as good as her. She is a 9. But me personally, you know what I'm saying? I would just date another 9. I've had 9s before. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I look at it. Hey, listen up, Safe Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly. You just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
Back to the guy. It's simple. Nobody wants to deal with her. And see, you can get away with a lot of stuff until you can't. Let me give you an example. Terrell Owens is one of my favorite players of all time. I'm a Niners fan. He was an excellent player for multiple teams. Us, the Cowboys, the Eagles. And man, he was a freak athlete. He could really play his butt off. He could block. He was fast. He was strong. And people would put up with him because he produced so good on the field. But it came a time where Terrell Owens' production on the field wasn't worth it anymore. His problems were more than his upside. And once that happened, people just stopped dealing with him. I mean, you could argue that Terrell Owens looks like he can play today. I think like 2 years ago, he ran like a 4.4, and he was begging teams to let him back in the league. It just came to a point where nobody is willing to deal with him because in order for somebody to want to deal with you, you got to have something to offer. When you're young and you have a lot of upside, and if whatever you're bringing to the table is worth more than your problems, it's a net positive. But if you're not bringing that much, then it's not. And so what's happening is Lori Harvey is not bringing a lot to the table for wealthy men. not like she used to. And a lot of women are out there saying, well, she can just hop from this guy to this guy to this guy. Yeah, she can, because she's beautiful. She is connected. It's going to come a time where that's not going to matter. Amber Rose was also at one point like very beautiful, and she still is. But I mean, like in the 2010s, I mean, Amber Rose is the truth. And is anybody talking about Amber Rose now? I mean, what about Delicious? It was a time where she was dating the rappers. What about now? And we could argue and say Delicious is still decent looking. She's in shape. She still got booty. She's still a very good looking woman. The issue is that for a man, it's just too much risk. So yes, ladies, you can date guys if you look like Lori Harvey, and if men want you, of course, you can break up and get a guy. Ultimately, if it depends on your looks, and if that's the only thing it depends on, it's gonna come a time where your looks don't matter. And now it's, how good of a mate are you? How easy is it for somebody to deal with you? How easy is it for them to love you, to work together? You know, are you a good mate? Is it about you sacrificing? And of course, ladies, relationships, businesses, or marriages are not built on everything serving you. It's built on sacrifice. You see, I think that Lori Harvey doesn't mind if somebody sacrifices for her, but basically if she has to sacrifice for somebody else, she doesn't want to do that. But now what it's seeming is nobody wants to sacrifice for her as much as they used to, so she's back with Damson Idris now. And that's just a sign that the armor is breaking. Once Lori Harvey is bending the block, it means that nobody else is interested. Because remember, she's supposed to have all these opportunities, but those doors are just not opening up, and it happens all the time. NBA athletes, it happens to them. YouTubers, radio shows, TV shows, it happens to everybody. Once it comes out that you're not adding as much value as you used to, you have two choices. You can continue doing whatever you've been doing and then fall all the way off, or you can basically switch the game up and try to adapt. And Lori Harvey doesn't want to adapt, and these women are praising her, not knowing that if she doesn't adapt one day, she's going to be out there down bad. Like we see Cardi B, like, oh, y'all was so happy when she left Offset, only to go to Stefan Diggs and become a side chick and a baby mom again. Again, when you're not adding that much value in the relationship economy, you just end up falling victim to being down bad. And Lori Harvey is also becoming that same thing. And ladies are basically cheering her on in her demise, while at the same time, men who are learning how to become more valuable, how they tell us, right? You want more women? Be more valuable, be understanding of women, work really hard. Yeah, men kind of have to do that because,
you know, shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. He makes a lot of good points, and I ultimately agree with a lot of what he's saying. But the truth of the matter is that men, we have more time. Time is on our side. See, the thing about Lori Harvey, she got to figure out, she got to get her ducks in order right away. Okay, trying to date in your 40s as a famous girl who used to be hot, just look at all of them. They're not doing well. I just did a video on Melissa Ford. She's not doing well. You know, I've done videos on Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, who's actually new on the scene. She came on the scene when she was old. We didn't even know her when she was younger. You look at Tracy Ellis Ross, right? You look at a lot of these women they used to be, you know what I'm saying, desirable women, and look at them now. So what about now? So I agree with his phrase, what about now? Things change. You know, he mentioned Amber Rose. You know, Amber Rose was attractive, but I never looked at her as like wifey potential. Maybe smash. She might be fun in bed. Shout out respectfully to her and Wiz Khalifa and all the people, you know what I'm saying, as part of her family and her new man, which I don't know who he is either. But with that forehead tattoo and her age now, it's like she does, and that all these kids, she don't have the same appeal. That's what women need to understand. That y'all think that y'all can get back on the market after y'all done all washed up, used up, and then get the most highest value man. It doesn't work that way. It might work that way in your Disney fantasy. You might have your friends, your doctors, your co-workers, your close friends telling you that, oh yeah, don't settle, don't settle. But the truth of the matter is somebody is settling for you. You're being settled for, you know, and I like the phrase you said, you know what I'm saying? You get away with a lot, you know what I'm saying? Till you can't. You can get away with a lot till you can't. That's a great phrase for women. You know what I'm saying? All that bad behavior, all this being, I'm the prize, I'm the prize. Women, y'all not the prize. If women were the prize, they wouldn't mind being chased. If women were the prize, they wouldn't chase Chris Brown. They wouldn't pay Chris. If women were the prize, they wouldn't pay Chris Brown $1,200 for a photo of him next to them after he just takes one with somebody else. You wouldn't do that. Why? They'll think that, I'm only going to like Chris Brown if Chris Brown chased me. Chris Brown don't got to chase nan bitch. He don't got to chase nan bitch. But these girls are coming to his concerts, filling up stadiums, and paying him thousands of dollars for a photo. One photo. So I'm saying all this to say that, women have been lying to themselves. Men like me, we hold them accountable. We tell them the truth. And honestly, it makes for great discourse because a lot of people are trying to figure this out. Honestly, the way I see it is she probably chased Dan's interest back. You know what I'm saying? He accepted it. And that's the way women want it. Women want to chase you if you have value. So, yes, if Lori Harvey is knocking on your door, that's one thing. But if you're knocking on her door, that's another thing. Okay? Don't knock on her door. You know what I'm saying? God and time, Mother Nature, and Father Time knocking on her door. And that's why she's out here, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure it out. Who's going to be her husband or whatever the case may be. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos. And I'll see y'all over there.